Okay, in this drill we're going to talk about the rear triangle footwork. And again, we're going to use the long stick as the bad guy. We're going to position the stick on the ground to represent the straight line of attack. Then you have the other little sticks here, and they're going to represent the officer's movement to the rear at 45 degrees, to your right or to your left. We're going to start this from two positions. You're going to get caught basically talking to bad guy, and your feet are shoulder width apart, and you're talking to the individual, and then the attack is going to happen, and you have to decide to move. So when I decide to move, if I go to my right, I need to move my right foot first, and then my left foot is going to follow, and it's just going to look like this. And I'm still being balanced and focused on bad guy at the 45 angle. From the 45 angle, if I have to fight this individual now, I can throw, my strikes. I can knee this guy. I can, elbow, get my knife out, maybe deploy your taser, whatever you need to deploy at that moment. The only issue is when you're at this close distance, you don't want to immediately decide, let me get my gun out, focus on the gun so much, where bad guy is going to be on you, and you're going to end up being knocked out. So you need to create some distance by fighting, then you need to get to your weapons. Okay? So I'm going to do that one more time. And again, we're going to show you from feet at shoulder width apart here. So my hands are up, I'm talking to the bad guy, the assault or the attack happened, and I decide to go to my rear triangle footwork. To my right, I'm going to move my right foot, left foot is going to follow, and I'm still up, I'm ready to fight, ready to engage, ready to fire, ready to do whatever is reasonable and necessary for me to do at this moment. Okay? So back to my same position, now we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to go to the rear to my left. Same thing, talking to a bad guy, the assault happened or the attack happened, now I'm going to go my left foot first, then my other foot is going to follow, and I'm going to try to position my body and stay, at balanced stance so I can, strike. Okay, so one more time, same stance, I'm here in my stance, and attack is going to happen, and I'm going to move to my left, so I'm going to move my left foot first, right foot is going to follow, and you're still in your balanced stance where you can fight, elbow, or maybe deploy weapons, or whatever you need to deploy. So now we're going to talk about at my boxer stance or interview stance. And I'm talking to the bad guy, and the attack happened or the assault happened. So from this position, I can do the same thing. Move my right foot, and I'm back, create some distance, and I can go back and engage. Or from the same stance, I'm talking to the bad guy, I can decide to move my left foot and stay at balanced position, and also I can be able to fight and strike those guys. Okay, now we're going to talk about the forward triangle. And we're going to use the long stick as being the opponent or being the bad guy. And the attack we're talking about straight line attacks. So the stick is going to be in the middle. The middle to represent you are talking to the bad guy, and that attack is going to come straight line. That could be the guy is punching you or the guy is kicking you, but it's that straight line. The other sticks to the side, that's going to be my movement. That would be 45 degrees to the right angle 45 degrees, or it's going to be to the left as 45 degrees. And if you look at both sticks, this is where you're going to see the forward triangle. So from my stance, the first stance I'm going to start with, I'm going to be at shoulder width apart stance. I'm talking to the bad guy, and the assault of the attack happens, and I decide to move to my right at 45 degrees. I'm going to start with my right foot first, then my left is going to follow, and my body is going to be at 45 degrees looking at the bad guy. Because bad guy, he's coming straight line, and I just came off that line, so I can go ahead and start defending myself here. And I can punch, I can elbow, I can do all this knees, I can deploy my weapons if I have the opportunity to do so. So I'm going to come back again here. My hands are up, I'm talking to the bad guy. My position is, or my feet shoulder width apart. If I decide to go to my left, I'm going to move my left foot first. Off that line, now I'm looking at bad guy, because the attack came at straight line. So I came off that line 45 degrees. If I'm going left forward, I'm going to move my left foot forward first. Then my right is going to follow. My hands are up, and I'm still at good distance where I can engage the bad guy. So I'm going to go to my right, same thing. I'm ready at a good position. I can strike, and I come back and go the other side, and the same thing. So you are not way from bad guy. You are a good distance, just avoided the straight attack, and you still can, test it. Okay, now doing the same thing, and my stance is going to be the interview stance. So from the interview stance, if I decide to go right, I need to move my right foot, same thing first. Now I'm at angle where I can strike the bad guy. And if I go again, I go back, and I'm at the same stance, and decide to go to my left, I'm going to move my left foot to that angle, and I'm off that straight line, and then I can deploy, or I can engage them fast enough. Now we're going to talk about lateral footwork, or lateral triangle footwork. Basically, you're going to be in the same stance, and I'm just going to decide to move my right foot forward, and then I'm going to bring that right foot back, and that's going to be your lateral movement. Sometimes you're going to get caught here, somebody may be trying to slash you with a knife or something, and I have to avoid, so we always try to practice this movement, and we call it the lateral triangle footwork. If I stop my right foot, and I decide to move my left foot, that will be the same thing to help me out. Basically, if I need to get back or create some distance, I can move my feet out of the way quicker. Okay, so this is our drills to help you build speed, to help you also be able to decide on your movement, and also to help you to see what your hands can do and whatever tools you can deploy at certain points. So your partner is going to be standing at this distance, basically representing like you got punched. Obviously the bad guy is not going to stand like this, but all those are drills to help you to get to the level where now we're throwing punches at each other and you still can avoid them. So you're going to stand, feet are shoulder width apart, my hands are up, and when we decide, we're doing the forward triangle. When we decide we're going to go to the right, I want to go ahead and work on my blocks, and then I'm going to work on the targets. So obviously when I decide to come this, I can block this hand, can strike up, can strike low, can switch, whatever the position is, can switch other hand, and I can strike. So now I know with my footwork, when bad guys attacking, I'm not going to just step off the line and watch. So same thing we worked earlier with sticks. Now the same drill. My hands are up, and I'm close distance here. So when I decide to move to my right, I need to go ahead and redirect the hand here, then the other hand is going to come up, can strike up, can strike low to the groin, switch my hand, and I can hit, maybe create some distance, and I can deploy whatever weapons I have. So it's not only the footwork, it's the footwork plus my strikes. So now we're going to show you if I go to the other side. Other side is going to be the same thing. If I go to my left, if I go to the left side, it's going to be my left foot, my left hand, so I can have the advantage to strike from here, maybe go low line at the same time. Now back from the same drill, we just covered the forward triangle, right and left. Now we're going to talk about the rear triangle. That would be deciding to go backward, my right foot, right side, or maybe I decide to go left foot, left side. It's the same principle. Try to create some distance, but if I try to punch from here, I'm not going to hit him. But I can kick, can create some distance, I can come back with a knee or come back with the elbow. So when I decide the movement, when I do this, I'm off the line too far for punches. But I can rely immediately, I can kick, or maybe create some distance and stay close to him. Now I can elbow and I can strike. Go to the other side, same thing, back. I'm just trying to get those hands out of the way, kick to the groin, stay close. Now we can come back and start throwing some punches.